Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Ryan, the Spartan Doctore, and I'm here with Antonio Centeno.
Yep, Antonio Centeno. I'm of Real Men, Real Style. So,
And we are two business owners with two separate YouTube channels. I teach men on fitness, which is if you plug in Ryan Masters or the Spartan Doctore, you can pull up my channel. And Antonio, what do you hit on?
I teach men all about style. I use military history and science to show guys why style matters. We've both got pretty sizable YouTube channels. I know that I'm well past 8 million views,
Yeah.
over 130,000 subscribers on YouTube. Uh, Similar to what you have, Ryan, right?
Yeah, about 7 million. Now I've only got about half the subscribers
Yeah.
as far as on the YouTube side. But what's just been interesting, I've known Antonio for a long time. He's a very good friend of mine, and we met on because we both had YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So we didn't know each other before we started, but we started, in similar times. And what was interesting we were just talking about, and that's why we wanted to produce this video, is how we have grown our businesses and basically grown our email lists as far as adding over 100,000 plus subscribers by using YouTube as a traffic generation source.
Yeah, I think that's something that Ryan and I both we've been in multiple masterminds together, and we've always talked about we understand that YouTube is great, but the most powerful thing about YouTube is how you can take people from YouTube onto your email list. And yeah, well over 100,000 emails that we've collected through YouTube. I find that YouTube just sends me some of the best leads that I get. I mean, right now, every single day combined, we're seeing at least 200 opt-ins a day. And we just got back from InfusionCon, and I'm talking with people, and many people aren't even getting that in an entire month. And we were getting it in a single day. And so part of this is to share with you guys how we were able to grow up our channels, give you a few tips and tricks we're going to go through, and also at the end talk to you and let you know about if you want more, if you want to do a strategy session,
Right.
how you can reach us, and how possibly we can help you get a whole lot of leads for whatever type of business you may have.
Exactly. And you hit on a couple key things there. One is with video, it's a much more intimate medium, and so people get to know you if you produce your videos correctly. And this is something that, in our strategy session that we can talk with you with about, because between the two of us, we've produced 500 videos, and we've made a lot of mistakes. I mean, It's taken several years. Like, this didn't just happen overnight. And so if you want to kind of shortcut that process, there are ways to make your videos that are more engaging. They provide better content and experience for your viewers, and they make the email leads a lot hotter on your list, so it's not just junk traffic. Because you had a great example of lots of traffic from Facebook. I think you had like 1 million from an infographic you shared.
Yeah, so we put out an infographic back late last fall, and I started investing in images because of the money I was making from my YouTube leads. And I thought, well, let's do the infographic thing. I had one go viral. It's how a suit should fit. Sent us over 1 million visitors over a period of 4 months. I mean, it's pretty amazing. But I noticed that the value of a viral infographic visitor was 1/20th the value of a single person that was coming to me from YouTube. So even though we got thousands and thousands of new subscribers from all this traffic from these infographics, they weren't buying nearly as much as the guys that were coming over from YouTube. So what that showed me is I'm not going to turn away 1 million visitors,
Right.
but one thing I'm going to continue to focus on and will be my #1 strategy is video. Video, and before that, I wrote over 1,000 articles. I've written over The Art of Manliness. I mean, that blog gets millions of views. And the video, until I started putting up video, I didn't have people reach out to me and connect to me in the way that they do now through video.
Right. And that's a good point I forgot about. You had a whole seed of content, in written form before you brought it to video form, and you've just seen your business really change and explode because you added that level of engagement.
Yeah. And I know for you, video has just been a game changer.
That was, I didn't have anything. I just started with video and went right through that, and absolutely, it's been a huge, and I'm in fitness, which is one of the toughest, most competitive markets. As a marketer, I know, like, what I'm getting into. It's one of the most competitive, and I'm not willing to hawk, BS, so it's like, that even stacks it up more against you, but it's a fun, video allows you just a great competitive advantage to again, not only build your business and brand and attract traffic, but also just get a better relationship with your customers. And
So I
potential
think
customers.
I think we could maybe start with your story, Ryan, because his is really interesting. So he went into, like he mentioned, a very competitive industry. There are people out there, they already had millions of views, already had, tens of thousands of subscribers, and they're not trying to sell anything. They're putting out some decent, some pretty good, darn good content.
Mm-hmm.
And so you went into a crowded market, and yet you were able to, in a very short period, grow your YouTube channel from basically nothing to millions of views.
Right.
How were you able to do that?
Yes. Yeah, so we use two different strategies, and my strategy, coming from my background, was I'm a paid traffic guy, and that's what I do is with paid traffic. So I brought that expertise to YouTube because I was like, okay, there's got to be a way to speed up this channel growth, and so what I did is essentially kind of seeded my channel with paid traffic, meaning I bought views, targeted views, so I had the right people. Because within YouTube, you can use YouTube ads to drive more traffic to your videos. So, I mean, if you're not doing that now and you need traffic, that makes your time watching this video worth it right there. You can go buy cheap clicks on YouTube and drive an audience to those videos. And what that helped me do, I noticed, is it's kind of like a rising tide lifts all ships. Google doesn't necessarily rank your videos better organically because you're using paid traffic, but when you use paid traffic, you're driving people to your videos. They're going to share it if they're good content produced, the way we teach, and so they're going to share it. That's going to help further more engagement, which is going to help boost your ranking. So it's kind of I viewed it as a way, just a faster way to the top. You got to be willing to pay a little bit, but you don't have to pay. Didn't have to pay a lot of money. And when you've got a good sales funnel, as far as you're providing a good product that your list and YouTube subscribers like to buy, it becomes a self-liquidating cycle where you're able to get more and more views, and it's costing you nothing because the new views you get you new customers, which gets you new business, and so it just keeps going bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember when you passed your first million, and it was pretty big. You were pretty excited.
Oh yeah.
And then it kept growing faster and faster, and you had stopped seeding.
Right.
It's not like you paid for millions of views.
Right.
You used the paid traffic to seed it, to get those, I don't know, actually, how many you paid for? Tens of thousands? Or
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. Probably, 20, 30, 40,000, 50,000.
And then all of a sudden, it just kept going. So it's like one of those things, again, that you help the seedling grow, and then it starts, it's like a snowball. It takes off on its own.
Right, exactly. So that was, that's one strategy you can use. And that's what's nice about YouTube is you have multiple strategies, not only for driving traffic to your channel, but also monetizing your channel. We may get into that later because there's other ways that you can do that. So I took the paid source approach, and I've been trying to get this guy to jump on it, but he hasn't needed it so far because his channel has grown and exploded. And there was really one point I remember that it really took off for you, and this is on the organic side, and I'll let you share the story, but you've done a speech on this at New Media Expo and other conferences, so very well known for this kind of strategy that you used.
Yeah, so my thing with video was, when I first started off, I wanted to see results. I'm a business owner. I own a custom clothier. I wasn't on YouTube because I wanted to get recognition or anything. It simply was, I was putting out content, and I wanted a unique way to stand out from there were a lot of other style bloggers out there, and they were writing about style, many of them better, I thought, than me. So how could I stand out? Well, I decided to go ahead and start putting out video. And I was, to be honest, in the style industry, people will tear you apart based off of the way you look and all those little things. But I knew that I had written about this content so many times. I knew the material, and I knew what I was going to talk about was going to be great, was going to be good. And in fact, I had one competitor who's now a friend. I looked at his channel. He had like over 4 million views at the time. And I knew that I could do what he was doing and do it in a different way. And I knew it would be accepted. So I started off, my big thing was to put out very niche, narrowly focused videos on very specific subjects, and within 5 to 10 minutes, really go in deep, dig deep, and own it. Now, the content I create is evergreen, and what do I mean by that? I mean it's something that will be relevant within 10 years and 20 years. Men's style doesn't change too much. I know some of you guys are in industries that perhaps things change quite a bit, and in that case you'd want to take a little bit different of a strategy. But for me, I knew that if I created the best for a very narrow market, and if I created enough of those videos, that I would dominate for it. So I started off just created 10 videos. I was doing them and I was batch processing these videos. I didn't have much of a budget. And then from 10, I went and did 100 videos. And I know that sounds like a lot, but it's very doable when you really know what you're talking about. And I never felt like I was struggling to make these videos. I was maybe struggling a bit nervous to get in front of the camera. But, I just started following systems and techniques which we developed over making hundreds of these videos. I found that certain things I would say would get me more subscribers, and it just started building like a snowball. So I ended up doing 200 videos in 200 days. And the budget wasn't much. I didn't spend much on ads.
No, this wasn't like a full production.
Although I did spend a lot on time.
Yeah.
And at the time I probably wasn't valuing my time as much as I do now. But it was one of those things that I actually found that I enjoyed it. Video was my voice. And so we put out all those 100, 200 videos. And boom, we shot past 1 million views. And then I really slowed down on video production, a lot like you did once you paid for your first seeded views.
Right.
And now I'm putting out one video a week, one video every other week, and it is growing faster than when I initially started. In fact, every single day we're seeing about 20,000 views on the channel, and those are targeted views. And now we've got all the things set up, the funnel set up so that those guys are becoming email subscribers, and those email subscribers are becoming customers.
Right. Yes. And that was so cool. I remember when you told me that you were going to do that, because we talk very often, and it was cool. He did it. He's a Marine. They do what they say, and then it was just really cool to see just the channel take off, and it's still, like you said, you seeded it, but in a different way. You seeded it with a lot of niche targeted videos, targeted content, and that blew up and lifted and took off. And now the channel grows.
And here's a tip from me for a lot of you guys out there. You want to make I know you want to go out there, and it would have been very easy for me to make a video how to tie a tie. And in your industry, I'm sure there's something specific, like you feel, oh, this is the question I get all the time. And this would be something that we would probably teach you guys not to do, is to go after what appears to be a very general advice video. Because honestly, if you don't have, now I'm making very general advice videos. In fact, I just put out a video, how to tuck in a shirt. I put this out like a week ago. We've almost got 100,000 views on it, and I didn't promote this at all. Simply put it on my channel. My own subscribers picked it up. But the thing is I can put out that general video now because I've got a subscriber base. I've put in my dues. And I think a lot of people spend a lot of time. They put together some pretty good videos, but they're a little bit general, and they don't have the subscriber base. They don't have the way to seed it.
Right.
And what happens is they spend all that money and time on a great video. Perhaps watching this, you've actually done that already, and you don't get any traction. That video which you spent a few hundred or a few $1,000 on perhaps ends up getting 100 views.
Right. Crickets
maybe
chirping.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want. And, you want to take the approach of either taking, and you could take a combination. In fact, looking back, I think both Ryan and I think that, wow, if we would have taken a combination approach, we probably could have channels that are 2 to 3 times what they're currently at right now.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a great tip. And it goes to, again, speaking to, because the video is about engagement, so you have to kind of think about who's this video for, and you can make a whole bunch of them. You don't need to, but you start off and just focus on one specific pain of one specific group or niche, and the more focused you get, the more subscribers you're going to get, and that will help build your channel. And so that's I definitely write that one down. That is a solid tip, that because I started with some general stuff and it just didn't take well, and once I started getting specific as far as like body parts, then the videos really started picked up. Like my most popular is a bicep workout video, and it has 2.5 million views.
Yeah. Versus
like total body, this fixes all problems video. It's very specific, and that's what you want to do.
Also, when you started, this is another quick tip, but if you look at our early videos, and we left them up there, you can see that we didn't have much energy. And Ryan, I love your analogy of the video camera. Here's another tip, write it down. The video camera is a vampire. and you've got to bring energy. You've got to bring excitement,
Right.
and you've got to almost turn it up, almost where you feel you're maybe overexcited. But the thing is if you feel you're overexcited and your energy level's like at a 10, the video camera will bring you back down to an 8 or a 7.
Right.
And you'll actually see it'll be engaging to people. But if you go in and you talk at a 5, perhaps like your normal monotone voice, you are going to bore people out of, they're just not going to get into it.
Right, exactly. And even like right now, we're kind of talking, at a little bit lower energy level. I mean, we're obviously still amped up versus normal.
Oh, we've been going since like what, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
in the morning.
it's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah, that's for you to see the difference. Yeah, that the camera definitely sucks energy out, and so that's again one of those. There's several key insights that we have both learned like that only came from producing all these videos and realize, oh wow, But you can see, like Antonio said in the beginning of both of our videos, or anyone's channel, you can see the beginning like. No, they're not super exciting.
Well, sometimes people pull them off. I don't pull mine off.
No,
In fact,
I don't either.
Yeah, I've got one video on there. I think I'm yellow. I look like I have jaundice or something. And you've got some.
I've got somewhere I'm like Casper. You can like see through.
Well, you're talking very slow, like a rope. I mean, and I do the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and we want part of that, and part of whoever you work with, make sure that you realize that this growing pains, but you can do it. You can find a way to get through this, and if it really does bother you, can go back and erase them at some point. But no, those are the things you got to watch out for. We see so many people, walking around in FusionCon the last couple of days, and people tell me, "Oh, well, I've started a YouTube channel, but it hasn't worked out." And I ask them, "Well, how many videos do you have?" "Oh, I've got 2 videos. I've got 5 videos." And it's like, no. It works exponentially. So 10 videos is not twice as good as 5 videos. It's 5 times better. And once in 20 videos to 10 videos is 10 times better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how that works. And so you want to make sure, and also you want to have good seed videos as well.
Right.
That's probably something I fell into by accident. By creating so many videos, I would have some that would just naturally do better. And Ryan, I know you would like latch on to your best videos, and those are the ones that you would send paid traffic to.
Right, exactly. And I'd spend a little more, I plan them out ahead of time and do a little more production value and try and make them more exciting and even more entertaining so that they kind of helped pick up more seed.
Yeah, and there's a lot of analytics stuff. I know Ryan's the analytics guy, but he can dive in and you can see which videos are jumping and which videos you probably should be, maybe augmenting with some little bit of paid traffic. Other ones you can see which people are sharing, how people are reacting in the comments will often give you an indication of how the video is going to do. And actually, here's another tip. Respond to people within the first hour in the comments. Google has just brought in Google Plus, and this is incredibly important. If you go check out some of my videos, you'll see that we respond and engage people in the comments. And we've got a number of things tips and tricks that we do here.
Yep.
But one of them is the broken window theory. And that's the idea to basically, you've got to control your comments in the sense of if there's hate, if there's attacks. YouTube used to be known for this stuff, but I go in there and clean house. But I respond to people, because when you respond to somebody, they're going to respond and engage with you on your next video. And when you do that, the video is more likely to be shared and promoted by Google in its natural search. Because we haven't even mentioned that YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine in the world. I mean, right? And it's owned by Google, which is the number 1.
Right.
So, it's amazing what's on there.
Yeah, so there's a lot of benefits, and we could go on for hours as far as how you can take YouTube and use YouTube to not only grow your email list, but grow your business and increase your revenues via monetizing YouTube. And so that's just one last point that we want to touch on, which is how you got a channel, you get all this.
It's
traffic.
Important how to make money.
Yeah. It's not no beating around the bush. It's how to make money, and it's not because you're not stealing anything. You're providing good quality value to your customers, and this allows you to provide greater value.
I have to say, to me, I use the word sustainable, because if you are not making money with your YouTube channel, you're doing your fans a disservice. And the reason being is you will get tired of it. Something will happen. I know I've got 3 young kids. I've got a beautiful wife. I like to spend time with them. And am I going to make videos or am I going to spend time with my kids? And if you're not making any money with your videos, eventually you're going to say goodbye to the videos and you're going to stop making great quality content. I do make videos, and one of the reasons I make them is they help provide my family. They allow me, give me the freedom to be able to take my family to the movie theater in the middle of the week. So there are many ways to monetize. A lot of people think that the only way to monetize YouTube videos is to get something to go viral and then make money off the ads.
Right.
Well, there's a number of flaws with that theory. In fact, I just saw something, and I think it was USA Today. They actually put something up about this, that, how to make money on YouTube. Well, get a video to go viral. I mean,
it's that easy.
Oh,
Just
it's
get
that
it to
easy.
go viral.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Why haven't we done that?
And what's funny is when people have a video go viral, they're oftentimes not even a partner. They don't even make money from it.
Yeah, they're not ready for
They're not even making money with the ads.
Right.
No, there are people who are getting maybe 100 views to a video, and they're making money. And so it doesn't matter if you get 100 views or if you get 100,000 views.
Right.
You can make money off of video. The tactics are different because if you're only getting 100 views, you want to make sure it's for a very specific, narrow niche. I was just talking to a couple doctors. I think it was yesterday here at InfusionCon. And they've got specific words they're going to go after. Those same words, if you would go buy them on Google Ads or Google AdWords, you would be paying probably $50 a click for these particular medical words. $50 a click. So to get 100 visitors to a very specific video, which uses very specific terms, that video right there, what's 50 times 100? It's a $5,000 video that only took them probably 5 minutes to make. And, they shot it. I mean, literally, you can make money with that video if it's bringing you the right customers, if you've got calls to action. And I'm sorry if I'm using terms and words that maybe you don't know, but you've got to have a call to action. You've got to engage them. You've got to show them purpose. I mean, we've got a whole formula of how we break this out and what you need to have in that video. But again, 100 visitors could be worth, if they get one customer from this, the value of a customer to this medical tourism company, I think it was like $50,000.
Yeah, there you go.
So they get one customer. That video has made them $50,000. Now, a customer may not be, you may be selling guitars. You may be teaching voice lessons. I don't know. But in that case, your videos are probably going to get a little bit more traffic. And that's where, we start to figure out different ways to make money from it.
Yeah, because there are other ways, aside from what there are multiple ways that you can monetize your videos and make money from it and really change your business. And that's, the last thing I think it just makes a good point that in this day and age, things are changing and Rust never sleeps, especially on the internet. So if you're not making changes and adaptations to your business, and one of them would be, this is your chance to kind of get ahead of the curve and get into video because people mistakenly perceive it as difficult. Like you may be thinking right now, just think of all the objections you have in your head right now. Oh, I don't know how to film. I don't have the production crew, this, that.
Or I've already done it.
Yeah, I've already done it. It didn't work. That's what everybody else is saying. And so nobody else is using video. And so it's a wide open frontier. There's just there's a slight barrier to entry, which stops so many people. So once you get past it, it's boom, the sky's the limit. Again, this takes work. It's not like you don't have to work, but there's a huge opportunity for you to monetize and leverage YouTube to grow your business and help more people. And that's what we have both done, and it's just been an exciting journey, and we are still going on it, but we've learned so much along the way that we felt that this would be a good time now to start sharing some of that information with you, with our processes and systems. And so if you're interested in a strategy session, make sure you click the link below. You can find out more information about speaking with us on that. Yeah.
And I would just like to close with Ryan is exactly right. Obstacles are there to stop other people, not to stop you. And we have just, neither of us are video experts in terms of, we simply have found through trial and error what works. We've made it happen. We're regular guys who have simply found a way to use video to create very successful businesses, and we'd love to share it with you.
And have fun along the way.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so again, if you want more information, click on the link below, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.